Reddit. This is probably one of my favorite websites, if not the most favorite. It's almost in the realm of contesting YouTube for being my favorite site. I mean, it's probably a site I visit more, even more than YouTube at this point. I mean, it's definitely a good website in general with the structure and the content, but it's kind of in the same ballpark of YouTube where it has individual creators that contribute to it and actually make it pretty cool and pretty interesting. And one thing that does make Reddit even more interesting is that you can kind of have microcosms, and you don't have to look at, the popular or the all subreddit. There are certain niches that allow you to use Reddit to a more personal degree. For example, I'll come on Reddit and I'll check Opie and Anthony, an old radio show that's been dead for years, but for some reason the subreddit is still hustling and bustling, and fucking there's a million people posting hilarious shit on the subreddit on a daily basis. Same thing with Ice Poseidon. I mean, this is a shitty live streamer who I never watched, but his fucking subreddit's amazing for some reason. You also come to Sprained Ankles, which is a great subreddit if you want to try to sprain your ankle on purpose. Really good, I'd recommend it. But what's weird is that, any site you use, anything you use, you always find something you don't like. And sometimes you find things that you don't like so much that it actually ruins the site experience for you. And that's something for Reddit would have to be the moderators. Now, on most websites, 4chan, Reddit, the common notion is that mods are fags, fags are mods. They do shit that are annoying, or they try to do, some type of selfish power tripping stuff every once in a while. But Reddit really does have annoying fucking moderators, and to the extent that it's more than annoying, it's site ruining. It's to the point that you don't even want to use... Okay, I gotta stop looking at this foot. This is fucking creepy. It's to the point that it just ruins the website and ruins the experience. And really, honestly, if another site were to come on that was just like Reddit, but had better policing of their moderators, I'd use that instead if the content was the same. Because it's complete, utter fucking bullshit that I have to jump through hoops and bend to the whim of some asshole who fucking jerks off to the fact that he has power of life and death over people on a certain subreddit. There's multiple things that have happened in Reddit's history that can be contributed to mod fallacy, but I'd like to take you on a downward spiral, a nice kind of hegemonic structure or not hegemonic structure, but kind of hierarchical structure from least egregious to most egregious. So I'm going to just start off with the first thing that I remember personally, where I was kind of like, I kind of see that as annoying. So about 4 years ago, it is 4 years ago, there was kind of like a controversy on our drama. I don't even know if our drama was around back then, but it would have been if it was. We're basically the moderator from Our Stand-Up Shots, which is a subreddit for comedians who post jokes in the picture of their face and their Twitter handle or whatever, and the moderators of Our Funny, which, by the way, is the most hilarious subreddit ever. And basically, the moderators of Our Funny said that we do not want any comedian posts on our subreddit with your face or your Twitter handle or anything that's self-promotion. We see this as self-promotion. We don't want this shit on the subreddit. Get fucked. Basically kind of policing their subreddit and trying to make sure that you don't promote, which is kind of, in terms of Reddit guidelines, they don't like self-promotion, which makes sense. A lot of people come on Reddit, they just shill their own shit. No one cares about it. And, they end up getting banned. But this was kind of a gray area. People wanted to see the stand-up shots. People actually liked the jokes. It was something that people did do. Famous comedians, Dave Chappelle, Patrice O'Neal, other comics would get posted in similar fashion. But because they were famous and celebrities, people thought of it as not self-promotion. So it's kind of like a stance where it's kind of a gray area. I can kind of see the mods on Our Funny side. I can kind of see this guy's side. But at the end of the day, I feel like the mods on Our Funny were just kind of like whipping their dicks out and just doing a dick measuring contest for the most part. I mean, were they doing it for the right reason? Who knows? I mean, honestly, one thing that moderators really love about Reddit is that they get a lot of ownership over the subreddit. And a lot of times they get to the point that they think they fucking... like, they're the reason their subreddit is good. Like, they take pride in the fact that they're good. Like for some reason, the people at Are Funny think that, oh my god, we're fucking amazing, just because of the fact that they have, like, so many people there and their posts are, like, curated. But the fact is, it's Are Funny. Like, people want to see funny shit, so they come to your fucking subreddit. Like, what are you doing? That's like someone fucking jerking off and loving the fact that you're going to McDonald's because they're the manager there. You didn't do shit to fucking get McDonald's on the map, stupid. You're just there fucking pushing the pencil. Not even pushing the pencil. It's less than that. It's like a fucking doorman. I mean, I don't know why so many moderators lose their mind, but I digress. So that's one thing that is kind of like, kind of take it or leave it, kind of an annoying thing. Here's another thing that happened about a year ago. This is kind of a great example of how moderators just love to like fucking take as much power as possible. You give them an inch and they'll take a fucking gargantuan omega mile. So H3H3, popular YouTuber, Ice Poseidon, popular streamer, I guess, to some extent. Basically, the people on Ice Poseidon subreddit were like, hey, maybe we could get Ice Poseidon on H3H3's podcast. It'd be a good show, blah, blah, blah. And then, what do you know? Ice-Sun, not like that, comes to Ice Poseidon subreddit and says, I will personally guarantee you that we will never have him on the podcast. And then, of course, who the fuck is this guy? And he goes, I'm on the podcast team, and I run the subreddit. Ooh, this guy. Ooh, big baller, big dick baller. I get to decide whether people get on the podcast or not. I have the power of life or death. Now, thankfully, as you can see here, H3H3, the actual YouTuber, the actual person that creates content, the actual person that does something interesting, comes and says, this mod sounds like a real jackass. Although I wouldn't know him, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't really cast us. He has nothing to do with us. I never met him. He's basically a gigantic fucking retard. So, again, this is just another example how moderators love to become moderators because they love the power and it gets to their head and it's some weird thing where, like, they just can't handle the fact that they are not having anything to do with the success of their subreddit, but they will try their best to somehow take credit for it or some way, somehow, just get involved to the point where it's like, oh, listen, I understand you're having a good time, but you better give some big ups to Jesus Christ over here who's doing some big things. So, again, another annoying thing. And now here's something that I found out myself. I didn't even know this was a thing that was super fucking annoying. So, I like Reddit. And I also like wasting time, and I also like programming because I like to pretend that maybe if I program enough, I'll get a good job. I got a good job, so I guess it worked. So as you can see here, I have a stupid random, like you click a button, it'll take you somewhere random. As opposed to pressing the button, it'll just take you somewhere. So one day I'm just going through Reddit. I'm like, hey, okay, off my chest. Someone said something and I wanted to reply. And I was like, all right, why can't I reply? I don't get it. Do I need to, like, have special permission? So, of course, when you're on Reddit and something's not going right, you know you have to talk to the gods themselves, the mods. So I message the mods and I say, hey, browsing through random because I'm in a deep jutsu, blah, blah, blah. Do I need special permission to, you know, post your subreddit? And this guy comes back, yellow mix, like, oh, Jesus Christ, I better get the gavel and the robe on. We're automatically banning participants in specific abusive hate Reddits that have systematically harmed the support community. You are found to be participating in at least one of those abusive hate Reddit. The only thing we are willing to discuss now that you are aware is if you will no longer support abuse and harassment by no longer participating, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, I'm like, what? I posted in R4chan a couple times. Is that why? Is it like, I don't know. R. Opie and Anthony? Sometimes they're offensive. Like, is that why? Like, what the fuck? And then he goes, and I love how he goes, I'm like, honestly, I'm interested. And he goes, the Donald. Like, he's so done with it. He's like, you know what you post and where you post it. The Donald. And by the way, I looked at the Donald, like, where I posted the Donald. I just commented on a couple posts. I'm like, what the fuck? So I basically told him what I'm about to say right now is that I don't see a reason why I should police my speech and, like, fucking deal with your censorship just because I, like, comment on some subreddit or even submit a post. Like, why the fuck can't I post it? Dude, this is fucking R off my chest. Like, who the fuck comes here from the Donald's like, oh my god, these people are venting about the fact that their dad died and they're finally not sad anymore. Let me fucking shit on them. Like, who the fuck does that? Like, I don't even know why they ban people from there. I didn't even know you could ban people from there. And now this is a good segue. This is a good segue to let you know what these moderators have done to ruin this site and what these moderators continue to do to ruin this site. I take you to the piece de resistance, the piece of shit, Nate the Great. Now, Nate the Great, I hate the fact that I even have to say his name because he's probably jerking off to the fact that he fucking has that name and people actually know who he is. So, let's see. He's a moderator of R Picks, R All, R Not the Unknown, R Today I Fucked Up, R Black People Twitter. I'm even subscribed to that one. Wow, this guy's really got it going on. So, Nate the Great. He's basically someone who has engineered the censorship movement on Reddit. And for those of you who think that's like a fucking over-exaggeration, this guy literally is getting fucking cooked by everyone because he created a fucking subreddit called the Ban Out 2018, where they want to ban people who they think are offensive or they don't like from their subreddits and just completely get them off there. And yeah, $1 Million Extreme. Isn't that funny how they got fucking banned from like Adult Swim for being, you know, too conservative or too edgy, and then now they're being targeted on Reddit? That's hilarious. So basically, this guy, Nate the Great, he goes around banning people, shadow banning people. He probably was one of the people who fucking, what was it, SafeBot, whatever the fuck, ban out 2018 from start to finish. Where was it? SafeBot. So SafeBot, basically a bot which will auto-ban users as a subreddit for participating on another subreddit, which is great. It's really great that if I post in fucking sprained ankles and I like to break my ankle, now I can't fucking participate in, streetwear because I got fucked up shoes or something. But it's just a weird... this is the thing. I really don't understand this person's thought process where he thinks he needs to police what goes on Reddit. It's so obvious that this guy, thinks he's a part of Reddit. Like he looks at this, how long has he been on Reddit? What, 5 years, 10 years? 8-year club. So this guy's been on Reddit for what? 8 years. So think about that. 2010, that's pretty good. I think I've been on Reddit for 6 or 7, goddamn. So he's used Reddit for a really long time, and this is probably a big part of his life. There's no way he looks at this whatever, I'm a mod on this. Well, who gives a shit? I just do whatever the fuck I want. He probably thinks, listen, I am shaping history. I am taking on this website. I'm trying to make sure that it has the best posts. I'm trying to make sure that no one can fucking, curse on this website or say anything racist or whatever the fucking... There's an entire post on... Jesus Christ, no one wants to read your fucking monologue. There's an entire post on Karma Court kind of saying why this guy and everyone around him is bullshit about how they're hypocrites and they have dark jokes or racist jokes, whatever the fuck. I mean, honestly, this is hilarious and all, but I never ever, this is the thing. I don't understand why moderators are such assholes. You would think people want to be moderators because they like a subreddit so much or they like a community so much, they want to kind of contribute and I don't know, fucking moderate and help that subreddit, grow or at least, make it better. But I never even saw the point of being a mod. I've used smaller subreddits, and there's been opportunities hey, you want to be a mod? And I'm why? Why the fuck? What's the point of that? You could do whatever, do whatever you want, do it on your own time, and I don't have to be here fucking with a fake job. So I don't know. I don't see the appeal, and I see no good example of a mod. So I can't say, hey, that's kind of cool. I would like to be that. I mean, I just don't fucking get it. It's unpaid bullshit. But I guess here's the thing. I'm not a sociopath who gets hard off the fact that I get to ban people. And now, it's more than banning. They basically want to curate the website and make sure that what they think is good is actually there. And this is one of the things I hate, especially on the internet, is forced censorship. People who censor themselves on the internet, I think is really dumb. And then people who force censorship on others, I think that's really sadistic and really fucking retarded and really dumb to just force it on people. And it's really annoying, and it's personally it offends me. Their offensive nature offends me. It triggers me to a degree that I really don't understand why people take censorship so seriously and try to drain people's energy. Because I've been banned multiple times just because I fucking said Negro, or I fucking said nigga, or I fucking cursed by accident in some fucking safe for work subreddit. It's holy shit, it's the fucking internet, dude. Why the fuck are you draining my energy with your bullshit? And now this brings me to a post that kind of got my mind going. Alright, here we go. Here's the post that I was looking at. It's called, What's Something That Reddit Needs to Change? And now I actually looked at this title, and I thought about it. I was like, honestly, what does Reddit need to change? I mean, I like the website. I kind of don't like the fact that you fucking have this new layout, but at least you can go to a different URL. I like the people on the website. There's no one I really hate who I think gets, preferential treatment or anything. But then I was trying to think of it more of an individual level. What did I go through, not from a large perspective, but something for me that I didn't like. And the only thing I could ever really think of is bad experiences with moderators, or, in general, seeing other people's experience with moderators. So I made a nice little gigantic fucking post, pretty much highlighting what I just said. And I was like, good enough. I like this. And I was actually kind of thinking of making this video because, hey, fuck it, I like making videos, so why not? So I said, how many years have I been on this account? 5. I was like, I wonder how long I've been on my OG account. I actually have another account that I don't use anymore, but it was my first one. So I logged out, signed into that account. I was just looking through the comments in my other account. I was like, wait a second. I'm like, where did my post go? I was looking at it 2 seconds ago. And so I posted again, but this time with a picture comment. I'm assuming this is either an auto moderator or maybe a moderator himself. But it was an entire explanation saying how mods are kind of crazy. There should be a rule limit or moderation on mods. And it ended up getting removed. Shadow removed because I can see it, but no one else can. And that nice little sentence right there: to add validity to this comment, this post was shadow removed by a mod. Which, you know, you need enough madman's knowledge to see it. So that kind of gave me the energy even more so to make this video 2 o'clock in the fucking morning on a Sunday night where I'm going to work tomorrow and I'm probably going to be a little bit tired in the morning. But hey, this is worth it for the 4 people who are going to watch this. So what's the takeaway from this? I think the takeaway is people are assholes. People are super duper assholes when you give them any type of power. And people are super Omega Shenron colossal dickheads when they have a lot of power and no one is there to look over them. It's kind of like Lord of the Flies, except with people who are even worse, because at least those people lost their fucking minds because they're on an island. These people are sitting at home with their fucking dick in their hand, limp and hard, when they ban people. And it's so fucking dumb. It's so fucking draining. And honestly, this is one of the things that really ruins Reddit. And even YouTube. I mean, you know how they have an entire hero program where people report things they don't like? It's just so dumb. It's so stupid. And honestly, there's definitely going to be another website that comes out that's similar to Reddit, similar to YouTube, something that is cool, fun to use, and isn't fucking retarded and, you know, is so goddamn Nazi, fascist, completely obsessed with censorship. It's so annoying. It's so dumb. And I'm so done. And I guess I'm going to go to bed. And because I don't have any subreddits to moderate tomorrow, I will be going to my regular 9 to 5 where I actually get paid.